let me invite the permanent representative of Kazakhstan in the capacity of the Master of Ceremony, His Excellency Ambassador Kairat Omarov, to deliver his welcoming remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone, and Happy New Year to all of you. I'm truly honored to lead this solemn flag installation ceremony today. I cannot but recall that back in 2018, in January 2018, when Kazakhstan had assumed its presidency of the Council, I then, in my capacity as permanent representative of Kazakhstan and non-permanent member of the Security Council, initiated the ceremony. Until then, it was merely a technical act. Kazakhstan transformed it into a respectable ceremony, cherishing the incoming member states to the Security Council.
For the month of January, and co-host of the ceremony, permanent representative of Algeria, His Excellency Ambassador Amar Benjamin, for his remarks.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and Happy New Year. It is an honor to address you today as Algeria assumes the presidency of the United Nations Security Council for this month of January. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the outgoing elected members, namely Ecuador, Japan, Malta, Mozambique and Switzerland. I want also to congratulate them for their very fruitful and remarkable terms. I am also delighted to warmly welcome the new elected member of the Security Council, namely Denmark, Greece, Pakistan, Panama and Somalia. Serving as an elected member of the Security Council is an immense privilege. It is also a huge responsibility.
Good morning, or rather good afternoon, everyone, and Happy New Year to everyone. Today, Denmark is honored to raise its flag as an elected member of the United Nations Security Council. It is with deep humility and dedication that Denmark takes up its seat at the Council. This ceremony symbolizes not just a seat at the table, but also Denmark's deep commitment to our shared responsibility, upholding the principles enshrined in the United Nations Charter and advancing peace, security, and human dignity across the globe. To our colleagues departing the Council, Ecuador, Japan, Malta, Mozambique and Switzerland, we extend our deep gratitude. Your dedication over the past 2 years has left an incredible mark. Each one of you has set a standard of excellence that we will strive to carry forward with dedication and respect. This marks the 5th time Denmark has been elected to the Security Council. Last time Denmark served in the Council was exactly 20 years ago. Today, we're entering at a time where the world is marked by profound uncertainties, raging conflicts, climate disasters, and humanitarian crisis. There's plenty of work to be done, and our commitment to it must be steadfast. In the Security Council, our work often begins amidst tragedy and conflict. But let us not forget that this body is also a testament to what humanity can achieve when we come together. Denmark's journey to this moment has been guided by our long-standing commitment to the United Nations, to peace, security, and sustainable development, and by belief in multilateralism as the cornerstone of global cooperation. As part of our pledge, we will defend the UN Charter and uphold international law. We believe that where challenges arise, so too does opportunity. The opportunity to stand firm for the rule of law, to amplify the voices of those often unheard, and to make this Council more effective, transparent, and inclusive. We will work to adopt conflict responses to the evolving dynamics of modern crisis, to address the destabilizing impacts of climate change on peace and security, and to implement the Women, Peace and Security agenda to foster inclusive and sustainable societies. In this spirit, Denmark will bring a Nordic pragmatic voice to the Council, while we remain committed to our values. We work together with all member states, elected and permanent alike, seeking to build trust, forge consensus, and drive meaningful action to the challenges facing our world. As we place our flag today, we carry with us the aspirations of a global community yearning for peace, as well as the weight of our shared responsibility. Together, let us honor that trust and deliver on the promise of this institution. I thank you.
Excellencies, colleagues, friends, having you here. I'm pleased to participate in this solemn event marking the commencement of Greece's name as an elected member of the United Nations Security Council. I express my appreciation to Ambassador Kayrat and the team of the Federal Commission of Kazakhstan for the commitment to initiate and organize this annual flag installation ceremony. Allow me also to warmly congratulate fellow incoming elected members of the Security Council, Denmark, Pakistan, Panama and Somalia, and also thank the 5 outgoing members, Ecuador, Japan, Switzerland, Malta and Mozambique, for their outstanding work during these past 2 years. Dear friends, I stand before you with gratitude and a high sense of responsibility representing my country, Greece, which assumes this high duty for the third time in its history, at a particularly critical juncture in international affairs. Greece is a firm advocate of the purpose of fundamental principles enshrined in the United Nations Charter. Committed to a foreign policy based on priorities, values, and international law, Greece looks forward to acting as a stabilizing factor, serving as a bridge between the north and the south, the east and the west, while contributing to restoring the true meaning of the principle of the basic resolution of disputes. We will do our utmost to live up to this great responsibility during our tension taken with the Security Council.
Ambassadors, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it is a singular honor to raise the flag of Pakistan as my country proudly begins its 8th term as an elected member of the UN Security Council. We are grateful to the wider membership for entrusting Pakistan with this responsibility at a time of unprecedented crisis. Let me convey our appreciation to the outgoing members for their invaluable contribution over the last 2 years. Together with fellow incoming and other council members, Pakistan will work actively and constructively over the next 2 years to promote global peace and security. This ceremony, marking periodic rotation and democratic renewal of Council's membership, also reinforces our common aspiration for a Security Council that is more effective, open and transparent, and accountable to the UN membership. And as we said, this is rightly served by the elected members, and their importance cannot be overemphasized. Pakistan will continue to be guided by the purposes and principles of the UN Charter, including maintenance of international peace and security, and development of friendly relations among nations based on the principle of equal rights and self-determination. Pakistan will always remain a strong voice for peoples under foreign occupation and oppression, for the realization of their right to self-determination. We are convinced that cooperative multilateralism with the UN at its core
Excellencies, distinguished delegates, members of the press, Happy New Year to you all. I thank Kazakhstan for organizing this symbolic and powerful ceremony in which our flags become protagonists on the day we officially sit on the Security Council chair and assume the great responsibility of promoting and maintaining international peace and security at a time the world suffers great anguish. I recognize and thank the presence of Mr. Mohammed Khaled, Assistant Secretary General for the Middle East, Asia and the Pacific, of course, as well Ambassador for Nigeria. As a founding member of the United Nations, Panama has always upheld the principles established in the UN Charter, and we affirm its commitment to multilateralism as the bedrock of our foreign policy strategy. Security Council played a crucial role in our national history when it held a formal meeting for the second time out of its headquarters in Panama City in 1973 under the able stewardship of our then Ambassador to the United Nations, Avangelos. During this meeting, the world recognized our legitimate claim to achieve control and administration of the Panama Canal, a route that we Panamanians have subsequently expanded in order to better serve the commercial needs of the entire world and to welcome the transit of vessels of all nationalities. This engineering wonder that was made possible by American ingenuity prompted the historic long-time collaboration between Panama and the United States of America. That also led to the solution of the lingering conflict by diplomatic means when President Jimmy Carter, in an enlightened, visionary, and decent gesture of fairness that dignified the United States, advanced negotiations with General Omar Torrijos of Panama that concluded successfully with the Torrijos-Carter treaties in 1977. Those treaties ended a colonialist enclave that had divided the country in half and was threatening to become an incendiary issue that, if allowed to continue, would have threatened the peace and security of the entire region. Also, as a result of those treaties, which entered into effect in a process that concluded on the last day of the 20th century, Panama assumed control of its canal and has, since then, served the international community by its successful administration during the last 25 years, without any interference by any other country or world power, and subject to a regime of neutrality that has been respected scrupulously by the entire world. Our flag, that for 25 years flies alone and proud over the Panama Canal, has been a powerful protagonist through our history. In 1964, when Panamanian students carried the treasure flag into the heart of the former Panama Canal, it was torn in a skirmish that fueled nationalistic sentiments and ended with violent riots in which Panamanians and U.S. citizens unfortunately lost their lives and many others were injured. The world can count on Panama to serve as a constructive partner and bridge builder for the work ahead of us in the Security Council in the next 2 years. To do so, we intend to enhance the traditional role of our country as one that promotes dialogue, mediation, and conciliation in international affairs. We are conscious that we will be judged severely if we do not stand on the right side of history, defending the purposes and principles of the UN Charter. As I have said, our flag stands as a living emblem of our sovereignty and national dignity, and it unites our people. It captures the essence of Panama's identity and serves as a beacon of hope and pride. Through the flag, the history of Panama's past, present, and future continues to be told, encouraging the spirit of generations to come. This is why, today, I wish to pay tribute to our flag by quoting the great Panamanian journalist and poet, Gaspar Octavio Hernandez, when he expressed in Spanish in an inspiring poem the following: Bandera de la patria, sube, sube hasta perderte en el azul, y luego de flotar en la patria del Perú, de flotar junto al velo de la nube. Si ves que el lado ciego en los limeños puso cobardía, desciende al istmo convertido en fuego y extingue con febril desasosiego a los que amaron tu esplendor un día. Thank you.
Good afternoon, distinguished colleagues, distinguished It's with a profound gratitude that I acknowledge Ambassador Omar, the permanent representative of Kazakhstan, for his distinguished initiative in arranging this flag ceremony and today's significant moment. I extend my warm congratulations to Ambassador Amar Benjama, the permanent representative of Algeria, upon his assumption of the Council Presidents for the month of January. With equal distinction, I extend congratulations to our fellow incoming Council members, namely Denmark, Greece, Pakistan, Panama, and ourselves, as they commence their respective tenures on this distinguished body. We express our profound appreciation to the outgoing members for this exemplary service and invaluable contribution to the Council over the last 2 years. On this occasion of a singular importance, I wish to convey Somalia's deepest gratitude to the honorable members of the UN General Assembly for according us the privilege of serving on the Security Council, marking our second tenure in this distinguished body. As a proud member state of African Union, the Arab League, and Organization of Islamic Cooperation, we profoundly conscious of the sacred trust placed in our nation and the weight of responsibility that accompany this mandate. Speaking on behalf of the Somali people, under the distinguished leadership of His Excellency, Dr. Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, the President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, I hereby affirm the Somali's membership.
The national flag of Denmark. The national flag of Greece. The national flag of Pakistan. The national flag of Panama. The national flag of Somalia. The delegates are invited to take family photos.